I already know what you're thinking. Jordan, how many videos are you going to make about how to get a girlfriend? That's a valid question because I have made a lot of videos like that in the past. But here's my answer to that question. I won't stop until you find the kind of love that I have found. Until you find this kind of relationship, I'm going to continue making these kinds of videos because I want every single one of my viewers, especially you, to experience this kind of bliss, this kind of appreciation, this kind of understanding from somebody else. That said, I didn't always have this. As a matter of fact, I was a very late bloomer to the dating game. I didn't go on my first date, believe it or not, until I was 19 years old. I was 19 years old when I went on my first date. And no, I'm not talking about I went on dates when I was younger, but I don't count those because they weren't real. No, I mean I literally never went on a date until I was 19. Also, didn't even hold a girl's hand until I was 19 years old, other than in elementary school when you had to hold each other's hands to walk to the bathroom and things like that. I never held a girl's hand in a dating capacity until I was 19. I didn't have my first kiss, my first real kiss, until I was 20. And I didn't lose my virginity until I was almost 21. I was a very late bloomer, and I was every bit as lost about love as you are. But I finally found the solution. I finally figured it out. I cracked the code. And in this video, I want to give you all of the lessons that I've learned with none of the losses I've incurred. That said, how do you go about getting a girlfriend in 2025 and beyond? The first thing you need to do is you need to remove your limiting beliefs. You need to remove your limiting beliefs. I'm not going to go too in depth on this because I recently made a video called I Don't Hate Women Anymore. And in that video, I dive into this topic at great length. But for now, what you need to understand is that if you have beliefs about women as a whole, as a collective, as a species even, if you believe that women are intrinsically bad, intrinsically cruel, intrinsically shallow and superficial, what do you think you are going to encounter in your day-to-day life? When you feed this kind of information to your subconscious mind through your reticular activating system, what do you think is going to happen? When you set your GPS to go to Los Angeles and you start driving west, where do you think you're going to end up? Okay, in the same way, when you set your internal GPS to this belief that women are a certain way, and you act in accordance with that belief, what do you think is going to happen? That's what you're going to encounter in your day-to-day life, especially if you're watching these red pill channels who are feeding you examples of this. They're literally cherry picking the worst of the worst because that's how they run their brands, is by holding you emotionally captive instead of actually trying to help you evolve beyond your current limiting belief system that's keeping you single and stuck. Stop consuming that kind of content. Stop watching videos about people cheating. Stop watching videos about divorces and all of these other things that are literally completely counterproductive to what you clicked on this video to get, which is a high quality woman. Stop searching for examples of low quality women when you want a high quality woman. Stop it. Stop looking at examples of businesses that have failed when you want to run a successful business. Focus on the thing that you want, not on the thing that you don't want, because your subconscious mind doesn't care whether you want something or not. What it cares about is whether you focus on something or not. Energy grows where attention goes. Focus on the thing that you actually want, which in this case is a high quality woman. What you need to do is you need to start undoing the programming that you have subjected yourself to by consuming the red pill content, by looking at the Instagram models and the OnlyFans girls and all of that. You need to start finding examples of wholesome relationships. Even if they're fictional, even if that means you just have to watch romance movies on Netflix or listen to love songs on Spotify. Stop consuming information that lessens your belief in the possibility of getting into a high quality relationship. Please, please stop doing this to yourself. And instead, replace that consumption with consumption of wholesome relationships with high quality women, the kind of women that you would want to be with. Now, the next thing that you need to do, once you remove your limiting beliefs, once you get past all of the conditioning that you've been subjected to, the next thing you need to do is you need to stop trying to be attractive to all women. This right here is the game changer. This is the game changer. And really, when you stop letting your limiting beliefs dominate your life, this sort of just happens naturally. But it's also good to do it with a sense of intention. Because what a lot of men do, including my younger self, is they try to make themselves as attractive as they can to all different women, everywhere. And biologically, this is understandable. Because when you think about where we come from as humans, when everything was in extreme scarcity, especially potential mating partners, you had to be the best of the best and you wanted to cast the widest possible net. But in a world as abundant as the world that we live in today, and if you think this world isn't abundant, then just consider the fact that you're watching this on a technological device which gives you access to literally billions of women at this very moment in time. When you live in a world as abundant as this one that we live in, it serves you well to not take that approach, to not cast the widest net possible. Because in the same way that when you run a business, you want to have the most targeted and specific clientele who actually could benefit from your services or products, when you're dating, when you're putting yourself out there on the market, you only want to appeal to the kinds of women that you would actually want to spend time with. Think in terms of what kind of woman you want to spend your time with. What kind of women do you want to spend the rest of your life with? What kinds of conversations do you want to have with this kind of woman? What kind of environment would you like to occupy with this kind of woman? Really consider these things and focus on making yourself attractive to that kind of woman specifically. And get this, here's the cool thing. The only step that entails is just being yourself. Just be yourself. That's literally it. Just be yourself. When you're being yourself, you will naturally be attractive to the kind of woman with whom you would like to enjoy a beautiful, wholesome relationship. When you're going for the things that you want, the only requirement is that you be yourself and you be your best self. That's it. When you're being your best self, meaning that you are confident in who you are, you're confident in the fact that you like that weird song. You're confident in the fact that you aren't as tall as other guys. You're confident in who you are, including and especially your insecurities. When you can be confident in all of who you are, while also striving to improve who you are, but on the foundation of your natural self, your unique self, your built different self, you will be attractive to the kinds of women with whom you would actually enjoy living, with whom you'd actually enjoy experiencing this life thing. And from there, the only thing that you need to do is just be patient. Now that right there is what messes a lot of people up. Because people don't like to be lonely. We're social creatures. And look, I'm not saying that I can fill the void that a relationship could, but at the same time, you need to surround yourself with your tribe. You need to find people who appreciate you for who you are, so that you understand that you are deserving of the kind of love that you deserve and desire. And if you don't have a group of people like that at this moment in time, if you don't feel like you have that support system of appreciation, understanding, and just general acknowledgement of how great you are as a person, but also a group of people who inspire you to become a better version of who you are as a person, If you don't have that, click the link in the description to learn more about my brand new coaching program, because I'm letting in 20 people this week and I want you to be one of them. Click the link in the description to learn more so that you can find the community that will help you become the man that your dream woman is waiting for.